Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel where we review anything and everything. So today we're going to get into another multi-tool review. Now, we've reviewed a BIBURY before on the channel. Unfortunately, that particular one I do not have on hand because I lent it out to a family member, but so I'll have to do a reference and comparison to that at a later time. But for right now, I will compare it to probably the closest tool that I have to that at the moment, which is the Fleesa on this video, even though this is a review of this BIBURY. Now, this is the BIBURY 20-in-1. Now, they didn't really have a name for it on the website. Affiliate link down below for Amazon where you can purchase it. They didn't really have a name for it other than you can look in the description of the details of it and it says 20-to-1, whereas the other one had said my other BIBURY. And like I said, I have videos of that posted up, but you could check out that reference from my other past videos where it says the Pro, if I'm not mistaken, the BIBURY Pro. So that one has more tools and it's kind of like a clone of the Surge, of the Leatherman Surge. This one, I don't know if to say that is the clone of any kind of Leatherman per se, but the detailing on the body of the tool is similar to the P4 or the P line design of Leatherman in terms of the way it looks aesthetically. But we're going to get into this and check out what it's all about. So as far as the tools that it has here, you can pause the video and read them yourself. I'll just try to run through them really quickly. Wire cutters, replaceable, scissors, serrated knife, double file, plus screwdriver, all thread needle, Phillips screwdriver, a very small one that seems like to be for like the eyeglass type. Number 6 screwdriver, wire stripper, can opener, needle nose pliers, regular pliers, wire cutters, knife, wood saw, back clip, and ruler, screwdriver, screwdriver socket, and screwdriver set. So it comes with a small set. So it's kind of like a little bit better than in, like, say the Fleesa Wave clone doesn't come with a little additional drives, but yet the BIBURY Pro that I reviewed before has a larger set of screwdriver set that goes with it. So it's kind of in between both. It has a clip, which is a bonus because most of these don't come with clips. So that in itself is a bonus. And we're going to jump into it. Let me just open the bottom here. I'm going to try to keep this video and review as short as possible. Now, I'm just having the tool for the first time now, so I won't say that it's more of really just kind of unboxing and a look at. We'll go through all the little tools on it, but nonetheless, it won't be a review based on usage. But I can say from my experience with the other BIBURY that I actually really enjoy using it, and I was using it just the other day actually at a family member's house, and I actually just let them keep the tool for a while. So here you can see you have this typical case, and it feels nice. Never had any issues with it. It doesn't have like the stretchy vibe or material on the side, but and I don't think the BIBURY had that either, the other BIBURY, but this one here, which is the Fleesa, actually does have this kind of more similar to like a Leatherman's case. Here we have the little drive set. And to be honest with you, you know, you got the small flathead, you got the Phillips, smaller Phillips, the larger flathead, and another smaller flathead. Those I would say are semi-versatile, but this one up here, I really don't know. I know obviously they're used for something. I never had a tool that I had to use those for, but I guess it's nice that you have that option versus not having that option. Here goes the tool. And I will say it looks very nice. That whole aesthetic that's similar to like the P4 or P2 or whatnot from Leatherman, like this looks nice as far as one of these kind of clones go, if this is even considered a clone, but it just looks nice, the aesthetic of it, that and then the black on it as well. So that part is really cool. Don't mind if it's sometime out of angle or focus of the camera, but looking at it behind from the camera, it just looks really nice. So sometimes I'm not conscious of that. It's not in the view. Let's go through the side tools first. Right now, everything's a little stiff because it's brand new. Here you have the serrated blade with the little hook. Let's see. Yeah, it's just labeled as a serrated knife, but you also have the little hook there for you to, some people consider that a, I don't know if that can work as a, what am I thinking of? Like how people would cut like a belt, like or something like that, a seat belt, but I don't know if that's how it would be able to use, but you have the serrated blade. A little stiff still, but it's cool. Over here, you have the saw. So unlike the Pro version where you have the saw is like a removable and you can put different types of bits for the saw bits, this doesn't have that. So in that regard, it's a little more comparable to the Fleeca in that regard. And I don't remember off the top of my head how many tools the Fleeca has. I want to say it's like an 18-in-1, but I'm not really too sure at the moment. I did a video on it, so you can check back to that. You have your knife. Pretty nice. And what's interesting too, let me just take the Fleeca out while I do this at the same time, just if there's anything I need to compare. And here you can see that it's very similar in terms of the blade. I want to say they're borderline identical, to be honest with you. So, and I'm sure they probably are because a lot of these tools are used from, you know, similar, probably made from a similar location. Then you got the scissor, and this is a plus. So to me already, I can tell you this tool feels like it's probably a sweet spot, and I think it's actually a pretty new tool by BIBURY. I think it's really kind of a sweet spot. I'm going to tell you why. You have the large scissors, like on the Pro, but at the same time, it seems to be, and I got to get a hold of the Pro again to compare it side by side. But it seems like you're getting the portability of a wave clone. Yeah, I'm looking at it from a different angle, so I'm sorry. Let me make sure the angle is suiting for you guys. It might be a little bit thicker. Kind of looks like it to me, a little like just a hair, just a hair. But in terms of its overall profile, it looks to be the same. But one, I love the color look of this so much that I actually purchased this as a gift for a family member, the same family member that I lent my Pro to, and I feel like I almost want to buy one of these for myself. Prime Day is coming up, so definitely we'll look out for that in the next maybe like 2 days. But this has the profile of the Fleeca or Wave, yet it already has the large scissors, which to me is impressive because I'm a big fan of having the larger scissors, and it has that. So that to me is a big deal in itself. And you have the clip. So automatically these are pros already for it. Now this goes for, like I said, link's going to be in the description, but right now this goes for $29. So that's not bad at all. Comparable in price to the Fleeca. And I got to check to see if I'm actually going to check right now to see if the Pro, versus this one is comparable in price. So I just checked, and the BIBURY Pro is on currently right now on Amazon for 37 and some change. So there is about a $8, $7 difference, $8 difference. But so a person might still prefer the sleekness of this by a little bit. You still have the removable wire cutters. They actually look pretty chunky. I will give it that. I just want to take a look at this to see if this is comparable. And yeah, I guess they're the same for the most part. I've done past reviews on the Fleeca and the things that I didn't like about it versus the things that I did and the things that I like about the BIBURY Pro. I'm going to see if some of those things that I really enjoyed stand out here as well. You have the measuring, both sides here. Now, I don't have any nails. I never do. Now, pulling this out is not as smooth as the BIBURY Pro, but it's not hard to get out. But it's more comparable to the Fleeca when it comes to pulling it out. Once again, I'm sorry. I keep looking at the tool from outside of the camera, not realizing if it's in focus. So I apologize if that happened. But let's see. Okay, so you have the double-sided, you got the Phillips, and you got the flathead. And I like this, and this is what comes with the Fleeca as well. But the reason why I say that I like that it's a Pro is because on the Pro of the BIBURY, this is a double Phillips, and then you have a in the pouch on the separate what is this set? I mean, sorry, the screwdriver set. You have a double flathead, so you don't have that option of just a single one to do back and forth. You'd have to actually switch out when you wanted a Phillips or a flathead. So that's something I like when it comes to this. Let's see what we got over here. So there goes another Phillips, and it's a file. Obviously, I read off all the tools in the box, but we just want to see how things look. So this one now gives you that small kind of screwdriver that you would have for like the eyeglasses, similar to what is, if I'm not mistaken, on the Wave naturally, which the Fleeca does away with. So in a way, I think that this is, and this is not a full in-depth comparison video to the Fleeca, but I'm just using it as a reference. If I check out the Fleeca here, which it has the scissors, smaller scissors, and the Wave is more like that. So that part is actually accurate to the Wave, but the part that's less accurate to the Wave I'm having trouble getting this, so bear with me on that. Let me see if I can use something to get it out. Okay, so you've got the same flathead, but then now here is the tiny screwdriver is just this little flathead screwdriver, and this one is actually a Phillips. Now I don't know if it's got a reversible, and then you got the, I'm not going to bother to put out, you have the can opener there. But so with that being the case, and it's funny, I put this down for contrast, but then both of these are in black, so you probably can't even see it that well anyway. So I'll just move it out the way. Hopefully that helps. But so I don't know if this has a double. Let me see. So the Fleeca doesn't even have the awl. So essentially, if I'm looking at this right, what is missing on this end that the other one doesn't have? Got the serrated. That one has a serrated also. You have the saw. The file. So the file is the thing that is missing from this tool on the side, or like the outer tools. And then you get this little file thing here. So if someone says, I don't care for a file that much, this takes out the file, gives you a larger scissor, which I actually prefer because I would never use the file really. I'm more of a domesticated user anyway, but I wouldn't use the file. But, and not to say I would use this, but you still have a better version of this. Let me see if, and then you have the awl as well, which, you know, some people might just use it as a thing to whatever, poke holes so you can start a drill or anything of that sort. Let's see if this thing is, I don't know how this is it removable? Yes, it is. So, okay. So now you're getting the benefit of the flathead. I'm sorry, it might be a little hard to see because it's so hard to focus on. But you get the flathead, and you get the Phillips for this, where on this, you're just getting the flathead. You're not getting a tiny Phillips option. So that gives you a little bit more to work with in regards to that. So I actually really like this tool in terms of the versatility. I guess it's just a matter of picking your poison. Some people might say they like, and this is not a knock on the fleece or anything like that. It's just about picking your poison. If you like this setup that the Fleecer or any other clone has, because I think BIBURY has a clone that's more like this one as well, the same tool set, then you could go with that one and it's fine because they're roughly about the same price. This one, though, gives you a slightly different tool set. Now, not many people are going to care for the tiny screwdriver, whether it's more universal with a double side, which this one has, or this one that's just a flat bit for the tiny screwdriver, the eyeglasses one. So we're not even going to really consider that. I don't think most people even have a point or purpose for that. I just noticed this too, that the way those things are a little different, and that's pretty cool too. They're a little smaller in that regards. You can see the thickness here. Like I said, this might be a little bigger, but it's so slight that it's not enough to make a big deal of it. And I say that to make this point, that if you're comparing them apples to apples for the most part, and like I said, BIBURY, I believe, does make their version of the Wave clone that has the same configuration. But apples to apples, if you're comparing these directly, and it's just a matter of a slightly different tool set, this one is offering you, the big difference is the scissors, the large scissors, which I'm a big fan of. And on the larger BIBURY Pro, that's one of the main things that I loved about it over the Fleecer was the big scissors. So this one has it now in a smaller profile. And you have the awl. And I really would say in the pocket clip, and I would really say those are the main things that are different about this that give this a plus. Like I said, I'm not counting the little tiny screwdriver. It's a little more versatile, but I'm not really counting that. Oh, also too, I'm sorry, you have the miniature bit set, which is not a huge difference in set because you may not use all these different things. You may just need that one bit that comes with this one anyway, but nonetheless, it's a option that comes with it for roughly the same price. You know, sometimes this has a deal and it's a little bit cheaper, but the base price of it, if it's not on sale, is roughly about that high 20s, $29 range. Other than that, the benefits on this one really is the saw. And I'm sorry, not the saw, the file, and that you're getting a full file on, where you're not really getting that unless you're getting a miniature file. And that's really it. So like I said, I don't knock the Fleece at all. And it's a little more traditional to the way that the Wave is, in terms of even these parts right here are like how it is on the Wave, where these screws here that go in are not. I think they're smaller, but this look, if you want the look of the P4, P2 line, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have these magnets or like that, but if you just want that look, it's really good. I'm really a fan of the look and the tool setup for this one. So sorry that it made the video ramble on a bit, but I really am a fan. Let's see that it fits into its case fine, and it does. You know, I don't know how the orientation that a person will want to have it, because you can have it small end going a little bit down. In that case, the pocket clip, I just want to make sure it fits in both ways. So yep, it does without a problem. Little big kit slides in here, so you have that. So I honestly think that this is a very great buy. I really like it. It feels like it's an in-between between the Fleecer or any kind of clone that's like this type versus the BIBURY Pro. And it's a nice in-between middle ground. So I definitely am for that. So with that being said, you guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.